Some mysteries just refuse to be solved. They get under our skin, they capture our imagination, and they just dare us to figure them out. So today, that's what we're doing. We're going to explore that human drive to solve the unsolvable, and we're going to do it by climbing a sort of ladder of inquiry, all the way from the wildest guesses to the hardest, coldest data. So picture this. It's 1947. A huge U.S. Navy mission to Antarctica, Operation Highjump, just ends. Suddenly. The official story is one thing, right? But you have to wonder, what secrets did they leave behind, frozen in the ice? And then you have the Great Pyramids. For 4,500 years, they've been standing there basically shouting to the world how ingenious we can be. But the one question that people still fight about is, how? How did they actually do it? But hey, not all mysteries are ancient. Some are happening right now. What if I told you about a weird, low-frequency hum that people are hearing all over the globe? A sound that can drive a person crazy, but for most of us, it's complete silence. Okay, let's dive right in. We're starting at the very bottom rung of our ladder. Pure, uncut speculation. When Operation Highjump ended so abruptly, there was this total information vacuum. And you know what nature does with a vacuum, right? It fills it, in this case, with a whole universe of wild theories. So the speculation starts with a question that sounds, well, almost plausible. Think about the timing. It's right after World War II. The idea of a secret Nazi holdout in the most remote place on Earth, it was just believable enough to really grab hold of people's imaginations. And from there, oh boy, things escalate fast. All of a sudden, we're not just talking about earthly enemies anymore. The story balloons to include these, otherworldly forces. You start hearing these tales of the fleet being beaten back by some kind of advanced, unknown flying machines. And here we are. This is the absolute bottom of that speculative rabbit hole. The theory goes that the entire massive military operation was just a cover-up for something even crazier, an entrance to a hidden world inside our own planet. It's really the perfect example of how, as one source put it, a few vague half-truths can spin up the most incredible stories. All right, let's climb up to the next rung and see how this all builds. With the pyramids of Giza, we've got something real to look at. 2 million gigantic stone blocks. But here's the thing. Having the physical evidence doesn't mean we have all the answers. It just makes the debate way more interesting. So for this one mystery, you've got two main camps, both with evidence to back them up. On one side, you have the ramp theory. This is all about brute force and some very clever physics. A huge workforce dragging these blocks up massive ramps. But then you've got the water shaft theory, which suggests something way more high-tech. A whole system of canals and locks, basically floating the blocks into place. Now, this is where archaeology just completely flips the script on one of history's biggest myths. Skeletons found near the pyramids, they show things like healed fractures, and their diets were full of protein. That tells us something huge. These weren't slaves. This was a well-fed, highly skilled, and paid labor force. And this just shows how unbelievably sophisticated these builders were. They weren't just moving rocks around. They were masters of astronomy and engineering. They aligned the pyramids to true north, tied the location to their deepest beliefs about the afterlife, and got the foundation perfectly level using some really simple but totally ingenious water leveling techniques. So we've gone from total speculation down in Antarctica to these really interesting competing theories in Egypt. Now, let's climb to the very top of our ladder into the world of mathematical certainty, where incredible algorithms are literally solving ancient puzzles. One of the big challenges for historians is that ancient documents are almost never signed or dated. But the solution is this amazing concept called the writer's kernel. The best way to think about it is like a subconscious fingerprint in your handwriting. No matter how you try to change it up, there's this core, unique style that an algorithm can actually pick up on. And right here, this is the magic happening. You see the algorithm take a letter from some unknown scribe, that's the red one, and it compares it to a known sample in blue. It just keeps rotating it, resizing it, shifting it around until, bam, it finds that perfect match, the green one. And just like that, it proves with mathematical certainty that they were written by the same person. Honestly, the power of this is just staggering. They tested this thing on a standard academic database of handwritten numbers. Get this, after learning from just 50 examples, the algorithm could identify new digits with nearly 100% accuracy. This is the kind of tool that can literally rewrite history books. But after we've climbed all the way up our ladder from those wild guesses to these precise algorithms, we have to face a pretty humbling truth. Some mysteries, they just resist. They resist even our best efforts to explain them. Let me introduce you to the hum. For a small percentage of people all around the world, this is a very real and very maddening sound. It's this low, throbbing noise, usually somewhere between 30 and 40 hertz, that seems to come from absolutely nowhere. And this isn't just happening in one place. It's a global phenomenon. We're talking reports from Taos, New Mexico, all the way to Auckland, New Zealand. Now, in a few cases, like in Windsor, Canada, a suspected factory was shut down and poof, the hum was gone. But for most places, the cause is still a complete blank. The list of possible culprits here is all over the map. It could be industrial, right? Gas lines, some kind of machinery. It could be natural, like the jet stream, or, and this is my personal favorite, the mating call of a fish. Or it could even be biological, something like tinnitus, or sounds our own ears are making. But the bottom line is, for most cases of the hum, none of these explanations really stick, and the mystery just continues. And I guess, ultimately, that's the whole point. This search for answers is a journey. We can learn to dismiss the wild theories, we can debate the physical evidence, and we can even achieve this incredible mathematical certainty. But sometimes, the most profound discovery we can make is just recognizing the limits of our own understanding, leaving us to just stand there and listen and wonder at the mysteries that are still out there.